This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, are you able to see my screen? Yes.
Yes, I am.
Okay. So let me introduce myself. So I am Biswal, and my highest qualification is MCA, and I have more than 13 years of experience in IT industry. And in AEM, I have been working since last 6.5 years. And I am a certified AEM lead developer and certified OSUR Commerce server developer. And currently, I'm working with one of the largest IT company as a AEM architect. And my expertise are in Java, J2E, OSPF Commerce, and Adobe Experience Manager. And till now, I trained more than 800 students globally. Okay, so this is briefly about me. Okay, so let's come to the targeted audience of this training. So all the web developers who want to learn AEM content management system from basics to advanced level, they can go for this training. And all other CMS developers who are working in some other content management system and want to switch into AEM, they can go for this training also. And all the freshers who are having good knowledge in Java and HTML, they can also enroll. Okay. So prerequisites, among prerequisites, the students should have basic knowledge of Java. When I say basics, it means by seeing a Java class, you should be able to understand this is a Java class. These are the variables. These are the methods. This is how you are instantiating a class. How you are calling a method. What is hash map? What is array list? So basic things you should be able to understand. Okay, because you have to do a lot of things in Java with AEM. Okay, then basics of HTML, I guess everyone should have this knowledge. Then basics of JS and CSS, it is not mandatory, but if you have JS and CSS knowledge, it is an added advantage for you. Okay, you can work as a full stack developer in AEM.
Okay.
So what are the opportunities? As you know, AEM is the market leader among all the content management system. It is having high demand in the market. You'll get more job opportunities in comparison to other content management systems. All big IT companies are having a lot of projects in AEM. Okay, and if you get a job with AEM profile, definitely you'll get a better package than a Java developer. Okay. Fine. So some of the websites developed in AEM, albertsons.com, metlife.ae, winthemotels.com. Actually, there are a lot of websites developed using AEM, but I mentioned these three because I personally contributed a lot to these websites as a developer, lead, architect also. Okay, let's come to the course content. So our course is having two parts. So first we'll cover the basics. Basics means all the uh, features which are common in all versions of AEM from 6.1 to 6.5. Okay, so first we'll cover all those things. So it includes introduction, installation, browse different consoles, authoring, publishing, architecture stack of AEM, exploring different page properties, Eclipse installation with AEM plugin, will create project, will create static template, will create page rendering component, will create sample website structure. So nowadays everyone is developing the components using Sitely. So we'll learn Sitely along with AEM also in this training. Okay. Then basic APIs of Sitely and opening pages in Touch UI and Classic UI. Then modularize page rendering component, sling resolution, inheritance of components. We'll create a dynamic navigation component. We'll use loggers. We'll create training title component, and we'll create different types of dialogues for this component, like different types of edit dialogues, edit config, in place editing, and all. Then we'll create logo component, and here we'll create design dialogues, and we'll compare edit dialog and design dialog. We'll find out the differences. Then we'll discuss about the foundation components, parses, iparses, breadcrumb, dynamic image. Then we'll create some complex components, multi-field, accordion, and all. Then internationalization of authoring interfaces, then client libraries. So all these things are common in all versions of AEM. Okay, so initially we'll cover all those things.
Okay.
Then in advanced part, we'll cover dynamic templates, policies, layout, creating base templates, content fragments, creating content fragment templates or models, content fragment variation authoring, then experience fragment templates, creating variations, authoring, then tagging, OSGI bundles. We'll create and use the OSGI bundles. We'll discuss about workflow basics. Then we'll customize the process step of workflow using OSGI bundle. Then we'll discuss about Sling models, then Sling servlets, both path-based and resource-based, then query builder, event handler, content services. Okay, so for from this OSGI bundle till content services, we need Java. So all those things we can learn from the tool. Okay, so from OSGI bundle till content services, you should have a basic understanding of Java. Okay, so these are the course contents that we are going to cover. The training duration will be around 30 hours and every day 1 hour. And in every class, we'll discuss some concept, and based on that concept, we'll do some exercise. All the exercises should be done by you only, okay, in your system, and I'll simply guide you how to do that.
Okay.
Okay, so that at the end of the training, you will have a good hands-on experience. You can directly work on any AEM project. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. And I just have one quick question on this. So, do you have anything on the forms actually?
No, no, AEM forms we are not covering in this training.
Oh, okay. You're not. So, do you have anything extra that, or just nothing from forms?
No, no, we don't
The
have
course
anything.
related to nothing related to forms, right? You don't have any other package to write.
No, 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 we don't have anything.
Oh, okay. Okay. Got it. Okay. So, basically, I'm also looking something on forms as well. So,
Okay, okay,
okay. I mean, so far,
fine.
yeah. So, this looks good. So, this looks to be fine.
Hmm.
Sure.
Okay, so any other questions, doubts?
I think that's it. I don't have much on that. Can you just send me these details as well? Are you okay if you share the PowerPoint to me?
Yeah, yeah, once we start the course, I'll share all the documents, whatever I have. Okay.
No, no. I just want to go through the topics like what are all you have listed in the
Oh,
PPT.
okay. Topics will be shared to you by Srinivas or Sampath.
Okay, yeah, sure, sure. Yeah, I just want to go through each and everything because I do have some list actually separately prepared by me. So I just want to
Hmm.
tally like most of them are covering or not.
Hmm, hmm, hmm. Okay, fine. So, Pravina, do you have anything? Any questions?
No, Vishwal, I'm good.
Okay, fine. So let's come to the introduction part. So before we learn AEM, first we should understand what is CMS, Content Management System. As you both have already worked in content management system, so you have some knowledge. Still, I mean, to cover our agenda, we'll go through this. Okay, so what is content management system? So content management system is a tool using which you can create your website and you can manage the content of your website dynamically. Okay, so let me open. Okay, so when I say you can create your website and you can manage the content of your website dynamically. So what is content of the website? So I just opened one website ndtv.com. What is content here? Whatever you see on this page, everything is content. Example, this logo is a content, this image is a content, the text is a content, this title is a content. Whatever you see on this page, everything is a content. Managing the content means you will be able to change the content. So right now I'm able to see this image. After 5 minutes I want to show a different image, I want to show a different text. So I will be able to do that. Managing the content dynamically. Dynamically means without restarting your server, without making your server down, you will be able to change the content of your website. Okay. So content management system is a tool using which you can create the website and you can manage the content of your website dynamically. So in market, there are a lot of content management tools are there, like WordPress, Joomla, Drupal, CrownPeak, Tridian, AEM. We have Sitecore. A lot of tools are there. Okay. Then why everyone is preferring AEM? So to know that, we have to know the history of AEM. Okay. So actually, there is a company called Day Software, and they had a product called Communic or CQ5. Later, Adobe took over that company and they renamed that product as AEM, Adobe Experience Manager. Now it is AEM, earlier it was CQ5. Okay. Then why everyone is preferring AEM? So first, AEM is a product of Adobe. Adobe is a very good brand in the market. All the customers have trust on Adobe. Okay, so that is the first reason. Second, Adobe is having a product called Adobe Marketing Cloud, AMC. Okay, Adobe Marketing Cloud. And in that product, there are a number of tools. So, like some of you have already worked in Adobe Campaign, right? So, Adobe Campaign, Adobe Target, Adobe Analytics, Adobe Experience Manager, Audience Manager. There are a number of tools in Adobe Marketing Cloud. Okay, so Adobe sells Adobe Marketing Cloud. Okay, so when the customer buys Adobe Marketing Cloud, they'll get access to all the tools, Analytics, Campaign, Target, AEM, Experience Manager. They'll get access to all the tools. Okay, now what they will do with all these tools? Okay, they'll get multiple tools, but what are these tools are really helpful to them? Yes, these tools are really helpful to them. How to launch one revenue generating website? What all tools required? Okay, we'll get everything in Adobe Marketing Cloud. Okay, for example, this website ndtv.com, this is a news website, still it is generating some revenue, right? So how it is generating the revenue? You can see some ads on the screen, advertisements, right? Or technically we call them as campaigns. Okay, so you can show these ads on the screen. Easily your website can generate some revenue directly or indirectly. Okay, now using AEM, I am able to create my website and manage the content. Now I want to show some ads on my screen. So how can I show the ads? As you know, there is a tool called Adobe Campaign, which is part of your Adobe Marketing Cloud. You can easily integrate AEM with Adobe Campaign and you can create the ads there and you can show the ads on your pages on your AEM site. Okay, but if you develop your website using some other content management system like Tridian, CrownPeak, and you want to show these ads on your screen, then you have to buy a third-party tool, some other third-party tool, campaign tool, and you have to integrate with that content management system. That integration will take a lot of time, effort, and cost. Okay, so AEM provides Adobe Marketing Cloud provides a complete solution. I'll give another example. Let's say every day I open ndtv.com and I am interested in sports news. Every day I watch sports news. Next day when I open ndtv.com, they will show me the sports news as a priority. How this is happening? Because they have captured my navigation.
Sorry, Vishwal, this is funny over here. Could you please repeat the question?
Sorry. Okay. No, actually, I have not asked any questions. Actually, we are discussing the introduction of this training. Okay. So, what is
Yeah.
AEM? Why everyone is preferring AEM? Okay. So now we are discussing why everyone is preferring AEM. Okay.
Okay.
There are a lot of content management tools are there in the market, but all the customers are preferring AEM. All the content authors are preferring. All the developers are preferring. Why they are preferring? So now we are discussing why all the business users are preferring AEM, because they are getting a complete solution for launching one revenue generating website. Okay. So if they want to show some ads on your pages, they can use Adobe Campaign. They can integrate AEM with Adobe Campaign and they can show the ads. Okay, if you develop your website using some other content management system and want to show the ads, you have to buy some other third-party tool. You need to integrate with that CMS, and that integration will take a lot of time, effort, and cost. Okay, so that is one example. Another example I am just explaining. Let's say I watch sports news on ndtv.com every day. Okay, so next day when I open ndtv.com, they will show me the sports news as a priority. Okay, how this is happening? Because they have captured my navigational activities, they have analyzed it, and based on that analysis they are showing me the personalized content. So how they are doing all these activities? So in Adobe Marketing Cloud, we have tools called Adobe Target and Adobe Analytics. Okay, we need to integrate AEM with Target and Analytics, and easily we can achieve this functionality. Okay, now I want to achieve this functionality in a website developed using some other content management system. What shall I do? I have to buy analytics tool. I have to buy target tool. I need to integrate that. That integration will be challenging, lot of effort, lot of cost. Okay. So you will get a complete solution from Adobe Marketing Cloud. That is the reason all the customers are preferring AEM to create your website and manage the content. Okay. Fine. So this is about business users. What about the content authors? Okay. So content, some time back I told you managing the content. Who will manage the content of your website? So there are users called as content authors. Content authors are the persons who are going to manage the content, who are going to change the content of your website. For content authors, AEM provides a very flexible and friendly environment. Okay, let's say as a content author, I want to change this image. How will do it? Simply, I'll open this page. There will be a separate URL for that. I'll open this page, double click on the image. Okay, one widget will open. I'll drag and drop new image, click OK, image got changed. I want to change the text. I'll double click on the text. One widget will open. I'll type new text, click OK, text got changed. Okay, so AEM provides a very flexible and friendly environment to the content authors. That is the reason all the content authors are preferring AEM. Now let's say I developed my website using 3D or some other system. Then I want to manage the content. I want to change this image. Then what shall I do? I have to open a folder, then subfolder, then some configuration file. Then I need to do some changes in that file. I have to open the page, test it. If it is not reflecting, I need to find out some other configurations file. So it will be a hectic task for the content authors. Okay, so business users are preferring AEM because they get a complete solution. Content authors are preferring because it provides a very flexible and friendly environment for them. What about the developers? For developers, AEM provides a lot of things inbuilt. It provides a lot of inbuilt components, templates, even if it provides one sample web application also. Now, if I want to create my own web application, abc.com, xyz.com, then I can refer their existing website, how things are done there. I can refer that and I can create my own website. Okay. Or I can reuse some of the templates, components which they have provided in that website. Okay. So from AEM itself, we'll get a lot of, as a developer, you'll get a lot of help from AEM itself. Okay. And also AEM is very easy to learn. Okay, that is the reason all the developers are preferring. So business users are preferring, content authors are preferring, and developers are also preferring. That is the reason AEM is in demand in the market. Okay. So now, okay. Any questions, doubts? Okay, fine. So let's discuss about different instances of AEM. Okay, AEM has two instances, author instance and publish instance. Okay. So author instance is the instance where the actual development happens. Okay. So using AEM, what we are going to do? We are going to create the website and we are going to manage the content of the website. Right. So to create the website, what we need? We need to create the pages of the website. Okay. We have in a website, we have a lot of pages. We need to create the pages of the website. Who will create the pages? Content author is the person who is going to create the pages of your website. So how will create the pages? To create a page in AEM, the content author needs a template. From where you get the template? The developer has to develop the template and content author will use that template to create the pages. Now the content author created the pages. The pages are empty, blank. There are no contents on the pages. Now he wants to show some content on the pages. To show the content author needs components. From where he'll get the components? Sorry. From where the content author will get the components? The developer has to develop the components. There are some out of the box or foundation components. The content author can use those also. Okay. So all these activities will happen in your author instance. The developer will develop templates, components, authoring interfaces. If any configuration required, they will create that. Okay, and the content author will create the pages of your website using the templates, and he'll be able to show the content on your pages using your components. Okay, so all these activities will happen in your author instance. So in your author instance, your website is developed. Now you have to publish it. Why? Because you want to launch your website, you want to show your website to the end users. Okay, so you have to publish it. So when you publish whatever you have developed, whatever pages you have created, whatever templates, components you have developed, you need to publish everything. Once you publish it, it will go to your publish instance. Okay, so publish instance just a container, okay, which contains the latest content of your website. Whatever you want to show to the end users, it will be there in your publish instance. Okay, and in publish instance, you should not do any changes. If you want to do some changes to your website, first do it in author instance, then publish it. It will go to your publish instance and it will be available to the end users. For example, this ntv.com, you see a lot of content on this page. Okay, so now you are seeing this content from publish instance. Okay, but it was developed in author instance. Okay, the publish instance content is available for the end users. Okay, so we should not do any changes in publish instance. Okay, if you want to do some change, do that change in author and publish it. Okay, so these are two instances of
So
AEM. Yeah, go ahead.
whenever we like changing these things in the author instance, right? How they will actually float to the publish? I mean, what we will be doing it in the behind? Are there something that automatically will trigger these to get them available in the publish instance, or like how are we need to do anything particular to
Huh.
that?
Yeah. So there is another instance, or sometimes it is called as a tool, another tool of AEM, that is called a dispatcher. Okay, so I'll give you an answer. Okay, so first understand this, then I'll tell you. Okay,
Sure.
so there is another tool called dispatcher. Okay, so dispatcher sits in between your publish instance and the end user. Okay, so when the end user type the URL, okay, so it will hit the dispatcher, not the publish instance directly. Okay, so it will hit the dispatcher, and your dispatcher will hit the publish instance, retrieves the content, and it shows to the end user. Okay, at the same time, it will store all the static content in a temporary storage device. It may be your hard disk, it may be your RAM, and after 5 minutes, if I refresh my page, it will hit the publish instance only for the changed content, and the static content, unchanged static content, will come from your temporary storage device. This is called as caching. Okay, so dispatcher is responsible for caching and load balancing, and it sits between your publish instance and the end user. Okay, so what is load balancing? So you can have multiple publish instances. Okay, for example, Amazon.com. Let's say they have only one publish instance. Okay, now 1,000 users trying to access Amazon.com or trying to do some transaction on Amazon.com, and they have only one publish instance. What will happen? All the threads, all the requests will hit the single publish instance, and that publish instance will become slow or may crash also. To avoid that scenario, they have to create multiple publish instances. Okay, now when let's say they created 20 publish instances, now the same 1,000 users trying to access Amazon.com, what will happen? They'll type the URL, they will hit the dispatcher. Now dispatcher will redirect the users, first 100 users to publish A, next 100 to publish B, next 100 to publish C. It will distribute the load among different publish instances. Okay, this is called as load balancing. Okay, so author instance, publish instance, and dispatcher. So if you see this diagram, you can see authors are here. Let's say we have multiple authors. This author created some 10 pages and published it to multiple publish instances. Another author created some 5 pages and published to all publish instances. He created some 20 pages and published. Then other author created some other pages and published. Now all the publish instances will have all the content created by the authors. Now the end user will type the URL in the browser. When they type the URL, it will hit the dispatcher, and dispatcher will redirect your request to publish instances. I mean, it will do the caching and load balancing. At the same time, it will show the content to the end user. Okay, this is how the content flows from authors to the end user. Yeah. So your question, how when you publish something from author to publish, what happens exactly, right?
No. I mean, like
Hmm.
whenever the author is trying to update something in the author environment, how it will go to the publish environment?
Okay, so
It
the
will be
author has to
automatic.
publish. I'll
Yeah.
tell you. The author has
Okay.
to publish it, or the author can take the help of workflows. Okay, workflow is different, so we have not discussed that. So nothing will be automatically. Okay, it needs to be triggered. Okay, you have to configure it, or manually you have to do it. Okay,
Got it.
so in author instance, some changes are done. One author created 5 pages, and you want to publish it. So there is a functionality called publish page or activate page. You have to do that. Then those pages will come to your publish instance.
Understood.
Okay. So now come to templates and components. Some time back I told you the developer will develop the templates, components, and the content author is going to use the templates to create the pages, is going to use the components to show the content on your pages, right? So what is template actually? Template is nothing, is a layout of your page, okay, or you can say the markup of your page, okay, it's called your template. Okay, your template will have placeholders. Okay, in your template you can have placeholders. You can have a placeholder for your header, you can have a placeholder for footer, you can have a placeholder for right panel, in for a banner, for the body. Okay, your templates will have placeholders, and in those placeholders we have to put the components to show the content. Okay, so for example, let's observe this page. What all things are there? You have to observe this page as a developer, not as an end user. Okay, so what all things are there? So we have a header here. In the header we have a logo, navigation bar. We have left panel here. In the left panel we have blocks of contents. We have a right panel here, also blocks of contents here. Then we have a body. In body we have other contents, and there will be a footer. So what all things are there in this page? Header, footer, left panel, right panel, and body. Okay, this is the markup of this page, layout of the page. Okay, now I'll open one more page. Now compare this page with the previous page. So in this page you will also have a header, but if you compare this old header with the previous header, you'll find the background color is white. Okay, and the logo is getting displayed below that, and there is no distinguished left panel here. The body is stretched from left towards right, and there will be a right panel, and there will be footer at the bottom. So if you compare both the pages are having different types of layouts, different types of markups, or you can say both the pages are created using two different templates. Okay, so templates are markups or layouts to create your page. Templates created by the developer, used by the content author to create your pages. Okay, so now then what is component? Components are reusable functional blocks. For example, this logo is a component, this title is a component, this image text is a component. Okay, these are reusable and functional blocks. So reusable means we can use this logo component in this page as well as in 100 other pages, or in the same page at multiple places also. It should have some functionality. What is the functionality of logo? If I click on it, it will take me to the home page of this website. So what is the functionality of this component? If I click on it, it will take me to the details page of this incident, right? So components are reusable functional blocks created by the developer, used by the content authors to show the content on your pages. Okay, so this logo is a content, right? To show this the logo on your page, the developer has developed this component, and the content author dragged and dropped this component here, and he is able to show the logo here. Okay, so there are some components, I mean there are some out of the box components are there. I mean when you install the author instance in your system, you will get some out of the box components. So the content author can use those components also, or if you want to create some customized components for your client, the developer has to create it, and content author can use those components on the pages. Okay, so the template is nothing markup to create your pages, and it will have a placeholders, and in those placeholders we have to put the components to show the content on our pages. Understood? Any questions? Because this is the basic, you need to understand templates and components, because going forward we have to develop all those things. Okay, so there are two types of templates, static and dynamic template. So earlier we used to create our static templates. Even if nowadays also we are creating the static templates, but dynamic templates are introduced 6.4 onwards. Okay, so we'll also learn dynamic templates or editable templates. Okay, so there are different types of components. As I told, there are foundation components are there. You can find it in your author instance in the libs folder, and there are core components, and customized components are developed by the developers. Okay, so any questions? Other thing. So Funny and Prabhakar joined a little late. So I just want to know about you guys. So why you are interested in learning AEM, and what about your basic knowledge in Java?
Yeah,
Hi,
Vishal, this over here. So earlier I had worked on like couple of business reporting tools, but mostly on Workday, but I'm not able to get like any opportunity out of it, and got to know about this AEM tool. So I'm like
Okay.
interested in learning it. My Java knowledge is very much limited. I can say like a zero. I mean,
Okay.
I used
So you
to
need to
earlier. Yeah.
huh. So you need to enhance your Java knowledge actually. I can suggest you some websites, and I can install Eclipse in your system, and make sure every day you run 3 Java applications, Java programs. At the end of the training, you will be comfortable in Java as well as AEM.
Okay. How coding is much required.
Sorry.
hi.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
me,
Prabhakar.
like I'm pretty comfortable with Java,
Okay.
and the other thing is like for I heard there's some requirement of AEM in my like office.
Okay.
So
Okay.
for that, my I need to learn this AEM.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. So we have this introduction class today. So maybe you joined late. So you can take the recording from Srinivas, okay, and go through it. And if you have any doubts or questions, then we can discuss.
Sure thing.
Okay. So this is the introduction class. We can cover this much today. So the next class is our installation part. Okay. So if you have the installable, you can use that, or if you need it, I can share it, but yeah, as you know, it is very confidential, and it's a license tool, so you should not share it with anyone, and you should not use it commercially. Okay, so just use it for learning purpose, and that will help you to do all the exercises in your system. Okay, so if you don't do the exercises, you won't have good hands on that, so the training won't be much helpful for you. Okay, so the next thing is installation part. Okay, fine. So if you don't have any questions, then we can just wrap it up. Okay, guys. So if you want to enroll and all, you can just talk to Srinivas or Sampath. Then we'll meet in the next class. Okay.